Please listen carefully.
Hi, St. George Trek participants and families. This is Father Gerard Gentleman with your final update, your final video update in preparation for the St. George Trek. Thank you all who have so diligently got the materials into us that we needed. There are still some of you who I'm still waiting for some very important information from, and you know who you are. And you'll be getting another phone call from me. So the forms that had to be sent in were your travel form. I mean, how are we going to know how you're arriving unless we receive the travel form? Your travel form, the original medical form signed by your doctor, sent in the mail to me, a copy of your insurance card. Those three things are really important, and we need to have them immediately. So medical form, travel form, and insurance card. Those need to have, they are way past due. Traveling with you, I ask those of you who have been certified in wilderness first aid or CPR to please bring those original forms with you. You may have sent me an electronic copy. Great, thank you. That helps to make sure that we know that you have that certification, but Philmont's going to want to see the original copy of that. So please bring that with you. Now, let's talk a little bit about traveling, okay? So most of you are flying into Albuquerque, and I want to tell you, both those of you who are flying and those of you who are being dropped off, we ask you to travel in your Class A or field uniforms, whatever you might call it. And the reason for that is, number one, when we're in uniform, like I am right now, my priest uniform, it reminds us of who we are and reminds us how to behave and act in a certain way. So certainly traveling in your scout uniform is going to help you to remember that you're representing scouting, and certainly for all of us as Catholic scouts, you're representing your faith and your church. So please travel, no matter how you're coming, flying or driving, please travel in your Class A or field uniform. Now, for those of you who are flying, you're going to eventually be ending up at the Albuquerque airport. It is not a complicated airport. There is really only one direction to go in once you get off the plane. You're going to follow the directions to baggage claim. You're going to keep going until you go down the escalators, and you will see someone on the baggage claim level, a very tall gentleman in a scout uniform, who will be looking for you. He's going to have your itinerary. He's going to know when you're getting off the plane. His name is Jerry Quinlan, and he will be waiting for you, all right? So please make sure as soon as you get off the plane and you get yourself together, come right down. If you need to use the restroom, that's fine, but come right down that escalator, okay? And there he will meet you, and you will be sent to the retreat house in groups by the various volunteers that are there from the Catholic Committee on Scouting for the Diocese of Santa Fe. So that's how that's going to work, okay? Those of you who are being dropped off, we ask you again, please do not be dropped off before noon. That's because the advisors and I are going to be working and getting ourselves ready to greet you, and we won't be ready to do that until noon. The address, and I'm going to include it here in the written description of this email, the address is the Madonna Retreat Center, and it is at 4040 St. Joseph Place Northwest in Albuquerque. That's the Madonna Retreat Center, 4040 St. Joseph Place Northwest in Albuquerque. And we ask you not to arrive before noon. Okay? A phone number. The phone number in which you'll be able to reach me is 516-495-3282. 516-495-3282. I'm going to be leaving New York here. My parish, Holy Family, I'm going to be leaving on June 30th. And arriving in Philmont on July 1st. I'll stay up at Philmont for a few days getting some of our supplies together, and I'll be coming back down to Albuquerque on the 3rd of July. So you'll be able to reach me at that phone number, all right? And I'll have that number in the description as well. Now let's talk a little bit about packing. There are two ways in which you can bring yourself and your gear to Philmont. You can put your pack and everything that you're bringing into some kind of large sports equipment bag, like a hockey bag, all right? If you put your pack and everything else that you're bringing into that one big sports equipment bag and check that, you'll be fine, okay? Now, you may not have a big sports equipment bag, don't have a hockey bag, whatever. Do not pack things in your pack, all right? Check your pack, empty, all right? And put everything else in a suitcase, all right? So those are the two ways. I'm going to also, I've sent this once before, but I'm going to attach it to this email, a letter from a Philmont mom who has some good tips for participants and their parents on how to pack and how to be prepared. Now, when we're in Philmont, you're going to have a crew locker, so things that you're not bringing on the trail can be left there, whether it be electronic equipment that you don't want to bring on the trail, or clean clothes. And yes, please bring some clean clothes that you can change into when you get off the trail and for our time back again in Albuquerque. You are going to be getting a crew shirt, a golf style shirt that is for the St. George Trek, and we'll be telling you when you're supposed to be wearing that. But certainly you're going to want to have some other clean clothing. There is washing machines at Philmont, but I don't know if you'll all be doing the washing before you get home. So anything that you have extra, you'll have a place to put it. Your carry-on suitcase or regular suitcase will have a place to put it at Philmont. All right. Try to pack as efficiently as possible, but like I said, the sports bag, that's probably the best way if you have one of those to put your pack and everything in it. That way everything remains together. What else did I want to tell you? I think that's probably about it. We're really looking forward to, I know a couple of things. Some of you have written saying, what's my itinerary? Some of you said, I want to hike with my friend. We've been doing this, as we said, now this is the 25th anniversary of the Trek, so we do have a system, and we do know what works, and so part of what the experience is that everybody comes as a stranger. So we don't put friends or siblings together in the same crew, because that creates a different dynamic, where there's groups of people that know each other, of course, with the exception of being the girls' crew. So we're not going to put you together with a friend or a sibling. You're going to be in your own crew, and that's going to help you to have your own individual experience. It's also going to help the crew to be all on the same level playing field. All right, so that's number one, and you'll find out who you're with in your crew when you arrive in Albuquerque. It's very important for us to have that same level playing field, because we're going to be building the crew in just 24 hours, picking leadership and all that. Secondly, some of you have been asking about your itineraries. You're going to find that out after our time or during our time in Albuquerque. And the reason we don't tell you all that right now is, number one, I don't know it. Philmont is still working on special itineraries for us. The nature of our program is that we all come back together at the midpoint of the hiking experience in one place. And in order for that to happen, Philmont has to create special itineraries for us. We'll mostly be hiking in central country, reaching a little bit up into the north, reaching a little bit into the south, okay? So that's kind of where we are, but you're not going to get those itineraries until we are almost finished with our time in Albuquerque. All right, so I know those are two questions, and I hope I made sure that I answered that for you. So that's about it. 8 minutes so far in this video, so we're going to wrap it up there. I'm going to be sending this in a variety of different ways, because unfortunately some people have not gotten these video updates, so you may get it twice. I'm going to be sending it through our MailChimp server. I'll also send it through the list of emails that I have, and it'll be posted on Facebook. So please, if you check in, if you have people that are coming from your diocese or others that you know, make sure that they have seen this last email, okay? So thank you all very much. Again, if any questions or concerns, please email me, or you can call me once again at the Special St. George Trek phone number, which is 516-495-3282. Thank you very much. God bless. We look forward to having a great experience with all of you.